Hello and welcome back. In module 1.2, we're going to look at a few basic definitions like character controller, virtual camera, and more. Yes, I will soon introduce how to use them, but let's look at a little bit of theory so that we understand what we're talking about. So in very basic terms, the character controller in Unity is a specialized component that allows you to move a character, usually your player, in a 3D environment. But unlike traditional physics-based components like a rigid body, the character controller is kinematic, meaning it doesn't respond to physical forces like gravity or collisions automatically. So instead, it allows for direct control of movement through scripting, meaning a C# script, making it ideal for creating responsive and precise player movement. It's often used in conjunction with input from the player, such as moving a character using the keyboard or joystick inputs. In the case of the keyboard, typically that is the W, A, S, D keys to move, or the arrow keys, and the spacebar to jump. So what is a rigid body? A rigid body in Unity is what makes objects move and react to forces like gravity. It's what makes a ball roll down a hill, for example, or a box fall when you drop it. Kinematic means it does not respond to forces like gravity or collision on its own, meaning you want to control its movement directly through the scripts, and it won't be pushed around by other objects unless you make it so with scripts. 3D environment in Unity is like a virtual world where your game or scene takes place. It is where you play. It has 3 dimensions, a width, a height, and a depth on the X, Y, and Z axis, so you can move around and see objects from different angles, just like in real life. So in such a 3D environment, you can create anything you can imagine, like landscapes, buildings, characters, allowing players to explore and interact with it. A virtual follow camera is a special enhancement to the normal main camera in Unity and is implemented with Cinemachine. So it's set up in Unity so to follow the player or another target within the game world. Usually we want to follow the player, so we make the player the target. So this camera will smoothly track the target's position and can adjust its angle, distance, and field of view to ensure the target stays within the camera's view. The virtual follow camera is often used in third-person game, like Doozy, the one we're going to make, where the camera dynamically will follow the player character, providing a view that enhances gameplay by keeping the player character centered or in focus. So like we said, we're going to use the Cinemachine package to implement this, and there's lots to learn about Cinemachine, but we're going to keep it simple for this tutorial and just show you how to set it up to follow Doozy. The main camera in Unity is like the player's eyes in your game. It shows what the player sees on the screen as they move through the game world, or at least it tracks from behind what the player sees in front of him. The main camera captures the 3D environment and turns it into a 2D image that you see on your monitor. It's a crucial part of any game because it controls what the player can see and how they view the game world. Just a side note, you can have many cameras so that you can see different angles in the game if you wish, but that's a little bit more advanced. So what is C#? C#, and we pronounce that C# like the music term, is a programming language that is used to write scripts or code instructions in Unity, which is a popular game development platform. In Unity, C# is like the instructions you give the computer to tell it what to do in your game. For example, you can use C# to make a character move, jump, pick up items, or interact with other objects in your game. It's very powerful and flexible, and it helps you bring your game ideas to life by controlling how everything works and behaves. Don't be afraid if you have not programmed before or if you have not used C# before. We will do lots of repetition and exercises together, and soon enough you'll become a programmer without even realizing it. That's it for this module. See you in the next module. Thanks for watching.